hope you're doing really well. My name is Aveline from An Empath's Guide, Book Reviews and Writer's Corner, and I'm here today to do the AuthorTube Newbie Tag. So I've been meaning to do this for a while, and so I think it's about time. I love reading books and fiction probably as much as I love to write it. So yeah, I thought I'd give this tag a go and get to know all you lovely writers who are out there on YouTube as well. Okay, so the first question is, how did you find out about AuthorTube? I'm subscribed to a channel called Alrighty, and Rachel from Alrighty does writing videos as well as book reviews, so she posted an AuthorTube Newbie Tag, so I found out about it through that. So I thought it looked really awesome and thought I'd give it a go as well. Number 2, which genres do you write in? I love fantasy. At the moment, I'm probably writing like a coming-of-age romance fantasy and an adult fantasy novel as well. That said though, my writing probably falls between fantasy and magic realism a lot of the time, just because the magic systems I use are quite soft and probably convey a sense of wonder more than that kind of awesome, huge, epic magic system thing. Number 3, what is your preferred writing tense? I pretty much always write in past tense. Preferred point of view is probably third person multiple point of view. Preferred category of story, I probably like novels for adults the most. Some YA is not bad, and if it's written really well, I like middle grade fiction as well. It really depends on how well the writer tells the story, I guess. Number 4, are you a plotter, a pantser, or a plantser? I'm probably a plantser. I used to be a pantser, but I found that I got stuck usually around the quarter mark of my stories. So the point where the hero or heroine enters the new world, I would get stuck. So now I kind of still let myself pants the first quarter and see whatever comes to me, because I find that part really fun and inspiring. But then after that, I will kind of sit down and do the groundwork of what are the major plot points and pinch points and all that kind of thing that's going to happen for the rest of my story. And also I'll do a lot of character work, because my stories tend to be very character driven, and that gives me like a kind of rough skeleton and outline, and then I kind of fill it in using pantsing. So I really kind of pick and choose depending on what I need to do, I think. Number 5, are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? I'm yet to be published. Can't wait for the day when that happens. Yes, but yeah. Number 6, if you're not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and or literary agent? To be honest, I don't really think about this that much. I kind of try and focus on what I'm doing now, otherwise I kind of get distracted and would do too much research and on the publishing process. I guess in my mind, I always picture myself having autonomy over my books and over my stories that I want to tell and share with the world. And that kind of complete autonomy seems to be something that you only get if you're self-published. So I'm really drawn to that. But if I were to dream, probably, I really have a soft spot in my heart for Bloomsbury, just because they published J.K. Rowling after multiple rejections. So that would be really cool. Number 7, what AuthorTube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? Good question. I'm really fascinated by the creative mind and how the creative mind and imagination works. I think it's very, interesting to see what helps us create stories and what fuels the imagination, and also more importantly, what obstacles arise that stop us believing that we don't have a good story to tell, because I believe everyone has a story inside them to tell. A lot of the time the mind just gets in the way. So I'm really fascinated with things like that. So the only writing video I've done so far is kind of similar to that. It's called Finding the Time to Write, and it's just about how you can do that even though there's so many distractions in life. I'm also really interested in the psychological aspect of stories. In terms of characters, I'm really fascinated by character-driven stories and character growth, and how they reflect hidden parts of our psyche as writers, and how we kind of make sense of life through the stories of our characters, and how it explores all the what-ifs of our lives that don't come to pass. So kind of how characters are our parallel universes as writers. So the things I'd like to talk about is, for example, the heroine's journey, which is a bit less popular than the hero's journey, but it's the female protagonist version. And there's also the Kubler-Ross 5-stage model of grief, which is a great thing to base your character's journeys on. So I'd love to share some of my knowledge and learnings in that. Yeah, I hope that people like it and that it helps them. So number 8, when did you start writing? From when I was a child, I loved reading, so I found myself naturally writing stories as well, short stories, and it was just a really fun way to escape and explore my imagination, and yeah, it was really fun. Number 9, what was the first story you ever wrote? The first story I ever wrote, or that I remember, was called Geraldine the Snob, and I wrote it in year 4, so it would have been like 9 or 10. And it was basically about this really snobby girl called Geraldine, and she's very rich and she's very privileged, and she's also really mean because she looks down at all the people who don't have money and the same privileges as her, and she receives her comeuppance by the end in a very horrible but karma kind of way. She got her karma and she learned her lesson, so yeah, really liked writing that. Number 10, which authors have inspired your writing the most? Probably Joanne Harris, Joanne Rowling. I always like saying her proper name because the only reason that she took J.K. Rowling was because she found it very hard to publish as a woman, which I find really sad. C.S. Lewis, Neil Gaiman, and Carlos Ruiz Zafón. 11. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? I kind of loosely schedule them. I write first thing in the morning and kind of go for some hours. I just try and do it the first thing because I find that early in the day that I do it, the more momentum I have and the easier the kind of pictures that you're seeing in your mind kind of come to you. But if I scheduled it whenever I found the time, I'd probably never do it, so yeah. Number 12, do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of these? And where do you write in general? I mostly write on my laptop using Scrivener, which I find to be a super helpful tool to organize my writing. But I actually do my outlines using the 7-point plot structure always on paper. For some reason I just find it flows easier. And where do I write? I write at home on the same table, and yeah, it's really easy to concentrate there. Number 13, what are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of AuthorTube? I'm really looking forward to meeting authors and meeting like-minded individuals who get what life is like as an author and who just get me, because I feel like writing is such a huge part of me. I don't feel alone often, but sometimes you have those moments where you're like, it's so solitary and I'm just sitting in this room by myself, like for most of the day. So it's really nice when you go on YouTube and you see people making videos who like get your life, and you're like, oh my god, like there are other people, there are other writing creatures out there like me, and it's really comforting. So I'm really looking forward to being part of a community and to sharing, whether it's sharing ideas or sharing resources or just sharing our experience of being creative individuals. I think I'll find very rewarding, and I hope that I can give something back that will be of use to other people too. So yes, that is it. And I had really a lot of fun doing this, and I hope that you had fun watching it, and I'm looking forward to making more videos soon on writing and watching your videos as well. So yes, until then, take care. I also have on this channel I also do book reviews if you like fantasy and magical realism, or I also really like 18th century Victorian literature, dystopian novels. I'll be reviewing those as well. If you want to hear more of that and my writing videos, please feel free to hit the like button and subscribe. And yes, I will feel very blessed to be able to share what I can with you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm very grateful, and I hope you have a wonderful day and take care. Lots of love.